Ron? Oh, gosh. Oh, sorry.
What was that? It sounds like The Price is Right.
No, you're very close, though.
Okay, so that was the audience applauding for your name change.
Was that on the, why don't I have headphones? I need to be special.
No. You know what? Listen, don't even give Bernie any more fuel. Don't add any more fuel to that fire.
Why?
Don't, because Bernie's been telling me for 3 years, we need more headphones in here, we need more headphones in here, we need more headphones.
Maybe.
It's just one of those things.
I
stole his last
I'll
week.
bet you that Santa probably heard that, and I'll bet maybe if you're a good boy.
Can I, put my initials on them or something like that?
What's your favorite color?
I don't know if I'm there yet.
No, you know what? I think we need to
Yellow?
get him an Audi TT logo. Tuesday Talker.
Tuesday Talker?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
You're the KPEL TT Coupe.
Oh.
Hard top.
What, Ron? Go with it, Ron.
Ron has many leather-bound books,
White
baby.
with a hard top. That's what he is. All right. So, first of all, let me just say this, because I'm trying to tie everything I do today into honoring Drew Brees in some sort of way.
All right.
Let's talk about how good of an investor he is and how he is still going to have money when he's not in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like a lot of NFL players don't do because they don't plan.
Yeah, what's that statistic I read? It's
they're all
89%.
It's crazy.
Are broke after 6 years?
Isn't that awful?
It's ridiculous. Like broke.
And spin. It's all fun. And I can understand, because yesterday at the Superdome, I'll be honest, I was spinning money because it was just the environment. It was great.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Throwing $100 bills at people.
Everybody should be able to do that every now and then.
Every now and again.
I'm a huge proponent of that.
I think it is good too. I think so too.
All right.
But he is a good investor.
He's a great investor.
Walk-ons,
Yeah.
Jimmy John's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just in. Now the restaurant industry is known to be a little bit fickle, but I think from his perspective of it,
yeah, but
perfect.
Let's be frank about this.
Okay.
There's probably
Or Drew, but
I'll be Ron.
some flexibility for loss. Let's just say that there may have been a little bit more of a strategic
maybe so.
tax move. I'm going a little bit deeper than probably what I need to.
I get what you're saying.
But,
because
if
there are off years in the restaurant industry.
If there is a little loss, we get a little deduction, that type of thing.
One thing I didn't know, did you know that his mom was a pretty prominent attorney?
No.
By the way, here's what happened on a 2-hour drive home. I was driving. Brandon was sitting in the passenger seat, and our friend Frank was laid out in his back seat. We won't go there. But we were just talking about different things and whatever. And one of the things I said was, it's like I know all about Drew's wife and his kids and him as a dad and everything, but I don't know much about his parents. Like, I don't know much about his childhood and everything. Well, let me tell you, that's a very interesting rabbit hole to go down.
Really?
His mom has died. She died back in 2009. Or no, she died back in 2012. In 2009, however, speaking to the whole let's not do business with our family thing, they had an enormous falling out because she wanted to be his agent. She was an attorney, and he didn't want her to have that role. He just wanted her to be his mom.
Just be my mom.
And so I thought it was really interesting when it came up last night. He said she was one of the people he was thinking about, and his grandpa, who was a huge legend in high school football.
Really?
As a coach. Yes, legend. He went to school in Westlake in the Austin area, and that was really kind of who drove him, who pushed him really hard. But anyway, very interesting stuff.
That's fascinating.
How it comes through. So then I was stuck. Tell me more, because it's late at night. I'm not going to read on my own phone.
Right.
Tell me more.
Right.
So I was just getting the whole history, everything.
That's awesome.
Like Drew.
Just
like him.
First class.
He seems like a nice guy.
He doesn't see. He is.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of stuff most people see through. But just first class. We're very blessed to have him.
First class.
First
yes.
class.
And I'm sorry. I need to find the quote somewhere just because I feel like I want to use it for the rest of the season, but where he has said, "Look, I know that the city of New Orleans needed a hero when I came. And all I needed in return was someone to believe in me, because I didn't have that in San Diego. I didn't have it with any other coaching staff. So guess what? He got what he needs. Maybe that's the puzzle piece.
Yep.
You were never treated as a commodity. You were treated as a family member.
That's right.
You know?
Maybe they fed off each other.
And that's a pretty good jumping off point, even to small businesses, business owners, managers, how to treat your people. Don't treat them like a commodity.
Right.
Make them part of the family,
Absolutely. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
So I've had a couple and I thought, I didn't know if it really pertained to financial planning, but as a true financial planner, we get to know people like really inside and out if you do it the right way.
Yep.
And one of the questions that we ask is, what do you want? What are your goals? What do you truly want as a family, as a team, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And I've had 2 meetings this week. I'm not going to say any names or even careers, but I've had like professionals. So one was an attorney, and he said, I would love to build cabinets. And the little chuckle, right? I had the little chuckle. I'm like, he said, no, if I could have a cabinet shop and be successful, he said, I hate practicing law. So he said, come see, I want to show you something. So we walk in his backyard, and he's got this cabinet shop in his backyard, like handcrafted stuff. Like this dude knows what he's doing.
Yep.
So you know what? We went back in, and I literally looked at him, and I said, look, but I'm the challenger. I said, what? Okay, so why not? He said, what do you mean? I said, let's create a plan to figure out how the next 2 years you've done some great planning so far, that you can walk away and maybe retire significant, but maybe be a little bit more happier and flexible and be who you really want to be instead of being a little bit miserable. The other one was a veterinarian. The dude hated to be a vet. Now, he loves animals, all that stuff, but he wanted
the grind of
he wanted to own his own thing, and it wasn't that.
Yeah.
So, the byproduct of the insurance and all that stuff is truly building. And look, I know there's probably people out there going, God, I want to, I've always wanted to do this.
Yep.
I've always wanted to do this. Well, look, I'm going to tell you, if there's a will, and we can use Drew Brees as that example. That guy was down and out. He was out of it. Like he was done. Yep. He had a 25% chance of even playing football again.
Yep.
Much less breaking one of the most prestigious records in NFL history.
Which, by the way, is only possible because his shoulder works.
Right.
Like, think about it.
Right.
It's not just because he passed some stupid ancillary record.
Right. So the advice of the day is, look, if you want something bad enough, life is very, very short. You have got to go out there and get it. You have got to go out there and make you and your family happy. And look, it is just money. Money is just a byproduct of who you are. Mm-hmm. So if there's something you want to do, go.
How much in what you do you have to shake people and say, that's not reality? I had a conversation with a good friend in the last couple of weeks who has seemed to have everything, graduated with the degree he wanted, doing what he's doing, and still feeling like, even though he's successful in every other aspect of his life, that wanting more. And I find that there's this fine line, because I suffer from it too, okay? There's a fine line of having a fire and a passion to be the best person you could be, and then letting yourself not ever become happy. Because, and I sat across, and I said, so what would it be? If you could write out your life, and you could say, if I had these circumstances, I would be the happiest person. And he named out a salary, which is doable. He named all these things, okay, which are intangible, about being able to leave a job and leave it there, not stressing about it, not losing sleep at night, okay, having time with family, okay. He just named all these things. And I sat back and said, why don't you let me answer to all those questions? Because you probably think I have all those things. And guess what? It's a fairy tale. You're always going to have hurdles. You're going to have either health problems, or you're going to, you might as well make the most of it while you're doing it, which is why I love the cabinet idea. Because I'm not an advisor, but you know what I'd tell the cabinet guy? Okay, until we can let you do it full time, figure out how many cabinet jobs you could do a month while you're practicing.
Absolutely.
Just so you have that other outlet where you're using a different part of your mind.
Absolutely.
And I know that I get him 100%, because law is about precedent and reading and research. You know what cabinet is? Making sure that they close.
Right. Making
sure that they close and that they're level and that they look good. You're talking about two different sides of the brain there.
It is very, that the psychology behind that. Mm-hmm. Number one, a lot of people always think that there's no gray area in this, and that is a huge point from the psychology standpoint. Is, I either have to do this or I have to do this. Right. Mm-hmm. And that is not the case. There's a very strategic way.
What do they call that? The gig economy.
That's right. But I don't think he wants to ever, go in someone's house or another. And look, then there's the societal aspect of it. I don't want to build cabinets for my buddy. I'm like, yeah, build cabinets for your buddy. Be humble about it because they're going to respect you for that.
Chad, I think this might be our best segment we've had to date because I think there are a lot of people who the pursuit of happiness whole deal, Will Smith, everything.
Absolutely.
It is never ending until you get to a point that you say, I'm either going to be happy or I'm going to find what makes me happy and that's what I'm going to work towards. But you can't be unhappy forever. You're going to run yourself ragged.
You're going to wake up one day and just wish it had been something else.
Well, or that you just wasted time.
Because
now you have no time.
That's right.
I've talked to my mom about this before because I'm not a frequent player. I'm not a gambler, really. But every once in a while, you need a Powerball ticket. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Feeling right.
Yeah.
The wind hits your face just the right way. And
right,
you're like, I need to get a
pull
Powerball
in the
ticket.
store.
And the one thing in her mind, if she won the lottery tomorrow, she would quit her job. She'd sell everything. She wants a modest place by a beach. She wants to have a flower shop. I don't know why.
Stuff.
Just stuff to have.
Because it's just her dream.
Just what she wants to do. Chad Romero, the Tuesday Talker, also known as the KPEL TT Coop.
TT Coop.
We appreciate you coming by.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
All starched and everything for a Tuesday.
Starched? Did it? Oh,
Go help some people today.
I'm going to do it.
Make them happy.
Thank you.
All right, 7:53. Make yourself happy. Put yourself first. There are a lot of people who have spouses and kids who think, you know what, that's it. And you know what, that's a great way to operate.
And if you're
that
the
is
boss,
someone who puts yourself, put yourself a priority. But sometimes you got to be the best version of yourself so you can be the best version of them.
Are you doing that with your staff, bosses, managers? Ask yourself and take a real hard look. We are very fortunate to work here. The number one thing on our list of everything, you are important.
That's important.
You matter.
7:54.
So go and ask that of yourself. Okay, weather today, you better bring the umbrella.
Yes.
Rain and thunderstorms, 60% of our area is going to have to deal with that. High temperature later today at 87, so keep temperatures down just a little bit. We might even have some showers into this evening. 75 our overnight low, and then typical kind of summer weather, even though it's allegedly fall on the calendar. 90 tomorrow and a 20% chance of rain.
Only thing falling is me after this show on the ground.
We've still got some traffic hotspots going on out there this morning. All right, we have a fender bender, West Pinhook, right at Industrial Parkway. That's Pinhook near Industrial. We have an earlier one, Moss at Mud Avenue. That's Moss at Mud Avenue. If you see trouble out there, you should give us a call. And just remember, you need to slow down in school zones. A lot of school zones out there. Call us if you have an update. 237-KTDY. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic report. I'm Bernadette Lee. So right now, 74 degrees, overcast skies here at KPEL. I'm Bernadette Lane. Well, officials with the Scott Police Department are continuing to investigate after a pedestrian died. The pedestrian killed on the I-10 eastbound on-ramp in Scott. As information becomes available, we will give it to you. Bishop Douglas Desatel announcing the punishment for a Lafayette priest accused of child sex abuse.